open up. You OPN, bitch, you won't BBM.
Welcome guys to my channel, Talk That Talk with T, which is me, aka Mami Afia. And on my channel I speak about all things motivational, all things uplifting, you know the rest from the previous video. Welcome to my channel. I trust you guys are blessed and I hope you guys are well. So this week's topic is on, or this week it might be a bonus video, who knows. So today's topic is on comparison versus inspiration. Oh yes, believe me you, the two can cross lines very easily. But before I delve in my video, you need to pause the video, you need to read the description box, you need to like the video, you need to comment, you need to share, and you need to subscribe. How about that? Okay, I'm waiting. Once you've done that, then I'll continue. Done? I play, I joke, I joke, I play, I joke, I play. So guys, today's topic is on inspiration versus comparison. I said it the other way around, didn't I? But this is the right way. Okay, so we all know what inspiration is. Inspiring, or something that you aspire to become or to be or to enable, or we all know what inspiration is, right? And where it comes from. And then how sometimes, if we ain't careful with our inspirations, they can cross that short little river to the land of comparison, which is the thief of all joy. Believe me you, it is. And there's no one that has not compared themselves to something, to someone, or anything. There's no one on this earth that hasn't compared. Even subconsciously, we have all done it, been there, do it. I don't think that we will never ever do it in life. It comes and creeps in. But this is how to identify the two. So inspiration, let me use myself as an example, because it's always good to use oneself, right? So I do, as you guys know, uplifting videos, motivational videos. There's so many of these videos out on the internet, right? And one of my top people is Uncle Tony Robbins, okay? Uncle Tony Robbins. He's helped me a lot in certain seasons in my life, like his messages, I mean, not personally, but his messages. And I find him a huge inspiration. TD Jakes as well. I'm using these big people, like, you know, I've got my family. There's a lot of inspiration from my personal life and things like that. But I'm just on the larger scale, I'm going to mention these people. And yeah, they've been very inspirational. They've inspired me. They've helped me recognize who I am, in the sense of, like, yeah, you got this, you know, girl, you got this. It doesn't matter, you've got this, you can do it. God is the biggest inspiration, but God cannot be ranked. You can't put him in a ranking, all right? And that's my inspiration, right? That's like one of my inspirations. Let's just say, for argument's sake, they're one of my inspirations. Then how that inspiration can cross over into comparison is if I'm doing something similar on a much smaller scale, with a different delivery, but the whole essence of what Tony Robbins does and I'm doing is uplifting videos, motivational videos. Comparison comes when I start to look at my videos or look at myself and thinking, hold up, how come I'm not big as Uncle Tony Robbins? Like, how come I don't have no pulpit like TD Jakes? How come, not that I want to have no pulpit or anything like that, but, you know, your mind will trick you into thinking that your comparison is inspiration, but not knowing that it is comparison, and it's a thief of joy. And what you are doing and what you first got inspired to do from seeing somebody else do it, or reading about it, or hearing about it, then later you see that person or that thing as your competition, and you start thinking to yourself, hold up, is man a dickhead? Like, is man like what? Like, what's going on? Like, how come like these people have got so many followers, so many listeners, so many supporters, people are coming to conferences? How come I ain't got that? You see, first you were inspired, and that got you up and motivated to find your own niche and find your own craft or whatever it is that you wanted to do. Then next minute, that inspiration, you have already crossed the river over to the land of comparison and realize to yourself that now, and sometimes you'll get so far deep into the land of comparison that you find yourself so lost and so distracted, and then your work that you were doing in the land of inspiration now gets diminished, and you turn into something or someone that you don't even recognize, and you become bitter. How many of us have compared our stage in life, like, or to somebody else's, right? And where do we see people's life most highlighted? We see people's life most highlighted on social media. And that's either YouTube, Twitter, the IG, Instagram, all these social networks. And nothing is wrong with social networks. There's good and bad in everything. That's the thing. There's good and bad with everything. But then if you are spending most of your time, oh, this person, say you're on the IG, on the gram, and you're just like, oh, this person, oh, very inspirational, following them. Oh, they're so inspiring. Oh, my gosh. And it doesn't have to be something so, like, life-changing. I love fashion. I love styling and things like that. So after watching a couple of videos and things like that, I'm like, oh, this is nice. And next minute, you know, this is nice turns into, yeah, no, it's not really all that, is it? But meanwhile, it was always nice. That same thing was the same picture you saw 6 months ago, and which you screenshot, and that was your motivation. And all of a sudden, it's like, I don't even know who she thinks she is anymore. Like, she's getting ahead of herself. You see how that can cross off? Because you're consuming so much. And instead of us working on ourselves to better ourselves, to get further in and putting the blinders, I always say this, put, like the horses, they have these blinders, right? That they have on the side of their eyes, so that they stay and have tunnel vision and focus on the race, and so they don't become distracted by what is happening to the left or what's happening to the right. So there's likewise we have to do in life. Okay, we're inspired by somebody or someone, and it is good to have inspiration because it gives you guidance and it gives you vim and momentum. However, that inspiration has to also be measured and checked. Do not lose focus and distraction on what somebody else is doing, that you also end up losing focus on what you should be doing for yourself. So going back to the example that I mentioned earlier, it's like, okay, these people that I mentioned, we all know them. Well, most of the world know them. They're inspiring. And if I tend to listen to them too much, like just consuming my whole self with them, I will never ever... I will always compare my work to theirs subconsciously, and then consciously. And then also there's one thing that I learned, I didn't learn it. I always knew about it. So I like writing. I do a lot of writing. Nothing has ever been published yet. But I do a lot of writing, a lot of spoken word things and things like that. And my cousin Charlene, she also does the same. And especially when I'm in writing mode, I shut down from reading a lot of books, especially this year. Like last year, I read about 18 books, you know, close to 20 books last year. This year, I can count, it's probably been, you know, it's been less than 10 books, way less than 10. It's probably about 6, 7 books. And that's because I'm in writing mode. So, and I'm not knowing, when I was sharing this with my cousin Charlene, who's also a writer, she also told me that, no, it's true. She's learned this from writing school. When you are writing, it's very important that you do not cross wires by reading too many other people, other authors, other writers, because that can transcend into your own writing without you even knowing. Or it can also make you feel demotivated in the sense of you end up comparing yourself to that author, that writer, like, okay, no, my art piece right here is not good enough. No, I'm going to scrap that. Then writer's block comes in, which all writers no, that is a writer's nightmare to have writer's block, especially if you're writing something, you know, writing something for a finale piece, a project. It's the worst thing ever. However, you know, I'm not saying it's not good to read. I read a lot. So those that know me know that I love reading. But I read, but then when I know that I'm in I'm in writing mode, I cut that down because I need to stay focused on what my craft and not get distracted by other people and what other writers and authors have written. Likewise with my videos, I still watch motivational videos because even sometimes when I watch my own, it inspires me. Not even sometimes, it does inspire me, but it's kind of weird watching yourself, right? But I can watch myself still, but it's kind of weird. But then at the same time, because now this has become like one of my jobs doing, it's my passion and it's my calling to be talking, you know, is I have to also be careful that other people that are also are in the same field as me, that I do not get consumed by what they are doing. I hope you get what I mean by this. And I just want to encourage all of you guys that whatever it is that you're doing, whatever idea that you've got, it is not wrong to have inspiration. Inspiration is very important. It's very important because it gives you that momentum, as I mentioned earlier, that gas still that you need to go through. However, do not be consumed by what everybody else is doing. And perception sometimes is reality for some people. Like we have the likes of social media, which is a blessing and a curse, but you see people's highlight reels and you are comparing these highlight reels to your own stage in life. And it might not just be on what you are doing in the sense of me mentioning, okay, the video, the content that I put up, or me writing and things like that. It can be to anything like marriage. Okay, why am I married and things like that. I've never had that. I'm so thankful for God that I've never had that kind of feeling. Like when I hear other people get married, I get so excited. You think that I'm getting married. I've never had that. Like I can put on guard, right? I can put that on guard. I've never had that feeling of, oh, why ain't I married? Why is this person getting married? I've never had that feeling. If anything, marriage scares me more than, you know, than getting married. But I know that is a desire for me to get married, and I know I'll be married one day. However, if I was to consume myself with all these, like, oh, what this couple's doing, oh, they're all wearing matching Ankara today, oh, everybody, like, all picture perfect everywhere, or, you know, from the children to the dogs to the cats, all dressed in the same cloth, and getting consumed by all of those things, something that I was never concerned about in the beginning, to be honest, it hasn't even been inspiration to me. I like seeing love. I love seeing love out there, but I've never been consumed by it to the point that it crosses over to the other side of the river, to the land of comparison. However, I'm a human being, so if I consume myself by what this couple's doing, this couple's going here, oh, they went on this honeymoon, they went on this break, they went for things that I've never really cared about, to be honest. But if I consumed myself with that information, what happens when you take in so much information? It comes out, right? And it will come out in my attitude, it will come out in my character, and I'll end up in the land of comparison and comparing that. Okay, why ain't I married? Where he at? Where is this dude at? Where is he at? And like, how come, babe, why didn't you take me to the Maldives like so and so? You know, why are we always in Brixton? Like, which is nothing's wrong with that, but why are we, like, you know, we end up, you know, comparing. Your life was fine, Kra, before you got consumed by what everybody is doing. And we start comparing, oh, this person's at this stage in their life. But with life is like, it's full of surprises. Just because somebody has just bought a house when they were 20, who's to say that, you know, they will end up in that same house or afford the mortgage for the next, you know, foreseeable future? We will hope that they do, but you don't know somebody's end. And then someone buying a house at 50, oh God, God forbid that. But, you know, at the same time, there's no shame. At the end of the day, the results is you end up buying a house, right? But people's timing is different. But we consume ourselves by, oh, Chale, Kofi has just bought a house. And also Susan, she's also bought a car. Oh, this person is flying across the world. This person is getting like hundreds of thousands of likes on their comments, on their their social media accounts. Oh, this person's been flown out for a campaign. Like, things that you've never cared about all of a sudden become your major concern. But you should be focusing on how, okay, that should be an inspiration. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I aspire for that. But then stay in the land of inspiration and focus on your own craft. If those are the things that you want for yourself, and better yourself for those things to come. Because those things can be given to you. But if you're not ready for those things, you will mess them things up. So I've been rambling on for 15 minutes, but it's such a passionate subject to talk about. And I hope I haven't spoken so fast too quickly, but you know when you're passionate about something and you know the spirit just takes over you. So yeah, it's kind of like that. So with that, I just want to encourage anyone that the stage that you are at right now in life, it is okay. And if it's not okay, then fix that in the rightful way. Don't be looking to your left and right. Oh, Kojo's doing this, Abena is doing that. It doesn't matter. Do what you need to do to become better for yourself. I love this quote. The only competition you should have is with yourself. Yourself of yesterday. That's the person you should have a competition with yourself. Yesterday you were shitty. Tomorrow you need to be better, and then better than better, and keep getting better. That's the competition we as human beings need to have. Look outside for inspiration, but look within to better yourself and to compete. A healthy competition, nothing is wrong with that. The healthy level of competition with oneself. Okay, it's past 15 minutes. The curtain's gotta be closed on this show. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up here. And I hope this has touched somebody. It's definitely touched me, because you see how I'm going and rambling on. But have an amazing rest of the week or days before the next video. And I might do a part 2 of this. Maybe. I'll let you guys know. But don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And have a blessed week, guys. And I'll catch you guys in another video.